I guess we'll soon find out.
I mean, Sphinx questions are a factor here, actually.
It doesn't look like joedun's timer started.
That
Alright,
would be a
great
thing that
start.
yeah.
Okay, so let's start tearing apart this board, as the runners are probably doing right now. So the first thing I see is I actually see 4 ground pound moons in Seaside, and 5 ground pound moons in Seaside, and 6 ground pound moons in Seaside. So a lot of ground pounding moons in Seaside.
Oh.
Could potentially be the play, but maybe not. So the first thing the runners are probably doing is marking off every snow and Seaside goal they see to see how, what kind of board are they playing? Are they snow Seaside locked? Is there an early finish? If there is one, is it even worth it?
And this is actually a very Seaside heavy board.
It is an incredibly Seaside heavy board. Seaside is looking like the play. Because I only see one early finish, and you're still getting 24 moons in Metro. And World Peace End. Though Showdown is on there as well, so that would be the row 1, TLBR, and C1. That would be the only early finish route they could even potentially do. So, because we're probably thinking Seaside is on the table, I'm just gonna mark off some icky goals. Like, there's 2 moons from Hint Art, there's the World Peace from Sand. Both of those probably aren't gonna be the play if you're going all the way to Seaside.
Eden, I see that emote in chat, and that is actually entirely appropriate for Okra's current mood, probably.
This is fine.
Yeah, this is fine.
This is fine. We're seeing left side from joedun in Bingo, not quite getting it. That's a very risky maneuver to do in Bingo, especially because, again, you're only saving potentially 2 seconds, and, well, it's Bingo. You should be grabbing the cap checkpoint.
Although, it doesn't actually look like there's any real reason to go back to Cap Kingdom on this board.
That is true, but you should always grab that in case you change your mind. Because, let me tell you, climbing Top Hat Tower after you've done it once, big mistake.
Fair. That's like a full minute right there.
Pretty much, yeah. You're playing through the beginning of Cap Kingdom again, having to do that, so... anyways, going back to talking about the board, as Troy mentioned, this is incredibly Seaside heavy. 4, 5, 6, and 10 moons in Seaside. 4, 5, 6 relating to the ground pound moons. With this in mind...
Also, with 2 more, actually, as well, that are there. Just so you know, there's 40 regional coins, not happening. 10 moons in Seaside, also probably not happening. But they're there.
10 moons in Seaside is relatively good, actually, because... You have to keep in mind that in the any percent route, they already get 3 of the 6 ground pound moons in Seaside.
It's fair.
On the route. Now, of course, 3 ground pound moons from Seaside is not a goal on the board, but they can easily augment the any percent route to add the other ground pound. Granted, the 6th one is pretty slow. It's inside a room with a bump, and you have to ground pound the bump. It's like easily the worst ground pound moon in Seaside. Actually, no, technically that would be wrong. The worst one would be the dog, which would require you to beat Mollusk Lancer.
Fair. I think you found it.
Ah, yes, of course. Well, the worst one that's applicable in most games of Bingo. Let me rephrase what I said there. So, other potentially icky goals here. 28 moons Sand. If you're going to Seaside, probably not a good idea to spend a ton of time in Sand. So... Though there is 95 moons total here, so you could potentially still make that work. Looking at the board, I feel like... I honestly do feel like C5's decent. You got the World Peace Wooded, and... you know, some moon goals that go toward the 95 moons total, so we could potentially see, like, BLTR into C5. That could actually work out pretty well. I think the moon totals add up pretty well as well. You're getting 4 extra in Lost, 4 extra in Wooded, 10 from Seaside, and 7 in Cascade. So that either puts you incredibly close to the 95 or over the 95. Oh yeah, it puts you over the 95. So we could potentially be seeing something like that. Just so that way the runners are combining their goals.
Right.
Okra actually in the Dino subroom.
So part of perhaps what he's thinking here maybe is the middle square.
Mm-hmm. The 12 moons from Cascade.
And I did also just notice a 14 moons in Cascade, along with Captain Toad Cascade also being goals. So like there are Cascade goals on
what do
here.
you know? There's actually a reasonable amount of Cascade synergy to make a route out of.
Yeah.
So potentially they might not know what to do at the moment. Actually, I just realized that there isn't even an early finish on that board. I thought that was 40 regionals from a different kingdom, like 40 regionals sand, I guess is what I was thinking, but that actually is Seaside. So they are forced to go to Seaside.
Wow, okay.
They are forced to go to Seaside. 100% forced to go to Seaside. I read that as sand for like the past 3 minutes.
Right.
I don't know where my brain is. Probably the same place Joedun's is.
Well, Okra, of course, you always miss a few stragglers in that room.
Of course.
So you gotta backtrack and find them.
So now that Seaside is pretty much confirmed, 100%, like they don't have a choice. They have to go to Seaside. It's in every row.
And yeah, there actually are no such snow goals. Someone just asked that in chat, are there no snow goals on this chat, on this board? And there aren't.
There
no, there aren't.
Single snow goal on this board. So yeah, they have to go to Seaside. Like I said, we could see some potential pairing with the 95 moons total. Like I said, I actually do feel like that could be the potential play here. World Peace Sand actually not even looking that bad anymore. They're forced to go to Seaside, and we have World Peace Sand and Showdown.
Yeah.
That they can work with, so...
Showdown
honestly,
being on there
all of a sudden,
great.
World Peace Sand isn't looking bad at all.
And that can help with, that can actually help with a good amount of moons for the 95 moons total that you were
Right, exactly, and they can pair it with the 28 as well. And they might not even have to do World Peace Sand, because keep in mind, Showdown is also on this board. So they could just do Showdown and, you know, dip, and still get 28.
Okay, both of them in the same... Oh, wait, no, never mind. I mixed up 8-bit sections for a second there. Okra, doing... I saw them both in 8-bit sections, and I assumed. Anyway, yeah, Okra is doing the side one.
Commentators are not quite in the right place either. Oh, that's an interesting way to get the Koopa down from there. Alright. I guess it's more consistent. There is total sub-areas on this goal as well, on this board as well, so, they could definitely potentially be looking at that, the 16 moons from total sub-areas. That will work well since you know, have to...
Yeah, I didn't even realize that was a thing. Yeah, this board literally is every single line has a Seaside goal in it.
Yeah, exactly. They are 100% forced to go to Seaside. This board was like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna make them go to Seaside.
No, it's like, you wanted early finishes in your matches? No.
You wanted early finishes in your matches? Absolutely not. I cannot allow this. Joedun is taking some nasty deaths in Cascade. Okra definitely having slight lead because of these deaths. The deaths haven't been as punishing, though, since Joedun has collected the checkpoint at the top of the kingdom. That acts as a nice little hub to reevaluate your surroundings. And potentially shift gears easily. Okra actually grabbing...
Yeah,
more
with that
than
in mind...
12, which means that he is going for that 14.
So with that in mind, it means that essentially you look at like, okay, so what are the three best Seaside options that I could choose?
Well, the thing is, even
so that
though
would be
the
4 or 5 in the 10
Seaside,
minutes.
even though the board is completely seaside, you have a lot of seaside synergy to work with here, obviously. Like I said, I pointed out the 4, 5, and 6 ground pound moves.
But you had already said that don't do 6.
You shouldn't do 6, but it technically is a valid option on this board. Ochre changing colors. Wait. That's not right. Isn't joedun supposed to be purple?
Yeah.
I don't think joedun got the memo that he was supposed to be purple.
Well, okay,
Well, this is
reverse
about to
the
be
colors.
confusing for everyone viewing the match.
Great.
Alright, so, they're both leaving Cascade. Oh, interesting. Ochre never got towed, or maybe he did get towed, but he doesn't need it on his route. Okay. Source. What is this board? You're forced to go to Seaside. The game was literally like, you are going to Seaside, whether you like it or not. Can't wait for one or both of them to accidentally select snow.
Oh, I'm wholly expecting that.
I mean, if neither of them know that you can mash B on that menu and not get forced out of the menu back to the Odyssey, then yes, I can definitely see an accidental snow. It's actually not that terrible, Eden. It's just a lot of snow.
Yeah, this can still be...
No,
this
no, there's
can still
actually
be
zero
finished.
snow on the board. It's a lot of seaside. And,
I can
but there's a
still see
lot of
this finish
seaside to
in,
work
like,
with.
certainly sub-hour.
Yeah, the board honestly isn't terrible. It's just a bit of foreign territory for probably both players since, you know, they're like, where's the early finish? I can't find it. Doesn't exist.
The earliest finish is Seaside.
The early finish with Seaside. I mean, like, you know, like, even myself, I was like, huh, 40 regional sand. Yep. That works.
You tricked yourself into finding one.
I'm like, it's gotta be here, right? That says 40 regional sand, not Seaside, right? Is the cheat sheet in Chinese? No. Yeah, joedun finally figured out the reason why you play in English and not Chinese, because the cheat sheet isn't in Chinese. But that wouldn't make sense, because we all learn Chinese for this game, right?
Yeah, no, we all do.
Absolutely. I totally have all the idea what the game says.
Okay, joedun making the IP clip.
Alright. Immediately going into the pyramid.
Yeah, it looks like he's probably
man
going
doesn't have
for
a
world
single
peace.
moon, and he is going straight to the pyramid.
Oh, wow! He just rolled straight to the... What is this?
He doesn't have a single
No
moon.
any percent! What is this route?
It's not even like a world peace route where he would collect 3 or 4 moons
No, it's
before entering
not.
the pyramid. He just straight up rolled.
He just rolled into the pyramid.
Okay, great start. So I don't think we can expect a 28 moon sand from joedun. I think that's completely off the table at this point. And considering he went straight to the pyramid, I guess that means we're seeing world peace sand.
Yeah, he's not even going for the side
moon.
moon. Is he literally just doing this for Showdown?
But he needs other moons to... joedun, you need other moons to leave the kingdom.
No, you don't understand. He's found a new trick.
Ah, yes. He found band.
Yeah, he's literally just going straight to Showdown.
Or, bake. Early lake. There you go. Sorry, that's a really stupid bad joke based off of brunchin', which is early luncheon.
Okay, and joedun's in a very, likely place of dying to Harriet right now.
I am incredibly confused.
I'm not confused, I'm more like, well, this is about what I mean, this is kind of what I thought would happen. from 20-hour sleep deprived joedun over here.
Yeah, Okra swapped colors.
Yeah,
because
colors
Jody
are
had
flipped.
Flipped the colors.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you why Joe went straight to Harriet Eden. Couldn't tell you.
Yeah, so Joe needs 15 more moons. Well, Okra answers 4 questions from the Sphinx.
Yeah, I definitely do believe they're definitely going to be planning their routes around these ground
Oh,
pounders.
my mistake. 13 more moons. I can't do math.
But Troy, we already went over this.
Well, it was more because I forgot how many moons you needed to leave sand. I thought
No,
it was 18 for a second instead of 16.
Considering Okra already has 11 going into the pyramid, I think he's literally doing Showdown and leaving.
Yeah.
Because he's gonna be able to get the 8-bit moon and Statue Tail moon, which will put him at 13, fight Harriet, leave sand. Good plan. That will put him in a position where he'll be able to, still capitalize with that 95 moon total down in the bottom left corner of the board. So I have a feeling I already kinda know what Okra's route could be. Because we saw him prioritizing sub-areas. And,
Wait, it just looks like joedun is doing straight up, just full on.
I don't understand, he hasn't grabbed any other
game.
moons!
He literally is just running to the boss fight again.
What? But he hasn't grabbed... joedun, you need other moons to leave the kingdom.
No. No, you don't.
No.
No.
No moons, no checkpoints necessary. Trust in Joe.
Yeah.
Trust in Joe? You really expect me to trust a man that just did a Breath of the Wild 100% run? And going straight into an SMO bingo match? You really expect me to trust him? Trust.
Okay, Okra lining up his moons correctly. So yeah,
Okra doing exactly what I said he would.
Yeah, Okra just did the world peace route.
Dude. I am a prophet.
Yeah, Okra just did the world peace route. Like,
sort of. He adapted it to just include Showdown and Outfit Door. So yeah, I think I already know what Okra's route is. I'm almost certain he's doing the C1, row 2, row 3. It, lines up almost perfectly from what he's shown us. And honestly, that's not a bad decision whatsoever.
Yeah, so finishing out the kingdom in Showdown.
Yep. Exactly what I said he would do. joedun, I swear, if you skip this chest moon... Okay, thank God, he's grabbing the chest moon.
Okay.
There is a god who grabbed the chest.
He's at 5 moons. I forgot what the other one he got was, so.
He got Goomba Moon, I guess, in Underground. It doesn't actually count as a Goomba Moon, by the way.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Doesn't actually count as a Goomba Moon.
You can get it without the Goomba.
Yeah, you can use the bullet bill after you, get up to where the bullet bill launcher is, but why would you ever do that? Min caps, I guess?
I don't know.
Like, min caps, max moons. Something like that. I really don't know. Finishing piece with 8 moons. Meanwhile, Okra heading to Lake. Oh, man. So, the only thing I could potentially see him doing in Lake is going into the zipper room to do that sub-area, because that has a key in it. And I can almost guarantee you that he is doing the route that I already, proposed. So...
Yeah, it looks like he's...
I'm gonna be very confused if Okra does not go into the zipper room. Okay? I'm just putting that out there. I will be completely lost if he doesn't go to the zipper room.
I mean, he did just skip one moon.
Look, skipping one moon is fine, especially in a lake. You only need 8.
No, that's what I'm saying. He's looking. I think he's looking to skip 2 moons and replace them with the zipper room.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fair.
If that's what you're saying.
I'm curious why he opted to do lake clip, though. I guess he's familiar with it, but really no reason to do lake clip on this board. I don't think you can brute force that. Just like how I don't think you can leave Sand Kingdom with only 8 moons. joedun's just staring at the Odyssey like, what have I done?
Yeah, now joedun is just standing still. Okay, he's going back to town.
Alright, going to town. Employees only?
Apparently.
Cool. White Clip saves 4 minutes in bingo every time. I don't know about 4 minutes, but it technically is almost always optimal if you need more lake moons and need chest or painting moon. 4 minutes might be stretching it.
Okay, so he took out the other moon he took out was the final moon in the lake clip route.
Yep, the secret room.
Yep.
Which makes sense. He has pretty much no reason to go to the town. The plaza. It's a plaza, not a town. I apologize.
Didn't joedun used to be like a long form category runner?
He ran Darker Side for a while. And he has a pretty good time in it, from what I know, so...
Because, yeah, people are just saying, like, it looks like he's just thinking of moons.
I don't
like,
think
yeah,
he can
that one
recall...
exists.
I don't think he can recall, like, what moons he actually, like, needs. This is what happens when you play 20 hours of Breath of the Wild before this.
He's literally just, like, going back and forth. He's, like, zigzagging
What is it, Darker?
Sand Kingdom.
Oh. So, Rusty. Damn, dude, CMFP hitting us up with the past tense was. Oh man, dude.
joedun forgot that he had the bird moon already.
Yeah. Do I remember when he said that he would be fine? He'll be fine, right?
Dude, I know what you're talking about. This is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Okay, Okra finishing up his questions.
Interesting that he opted to do all of them this early, because no matter what, he has to go to Seaside.
Oh, that's... I mean... But
wait,
clip
I
goes
mean,
fast.
It is only 6, but realistically, he could have finished them in Seaside.
And now we're at... And now Joe's at actually one of the slowest sub areas.
Wait a second, I just realized something. He's not doing row 2 then, because he... Sphinx questions. Alright, E2 instead. He went to above a strange... He went to Strange Neighborhood.
I have legitimately never seen the sub area in a bingo run.
It's because it requires peace. So that explains why you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
And even when you do get Peace, most of the time you're usually getting Peace and leaving Sand immediately after. Most of the time. With the exception of if you need, like, a lot of moons for an early finish.
I mean, he's got 16 moons.
Huh. I don't know what's happening. I mean, obviously I do know what's happening, I just don't know what joedun's gonna do about it. Okay. Realizing that making some kingdom progression, probably a good idea. The sub-area is pretty fast, though. I guess if you already have Peace, sure. Why not? Right?
It didn't look terrible, but, like, it's still... you still had to go through, like, the whole thing.
Yeah, it's fast on its own, but you need Peace to actually do it.
Yeah, that's why it was slow. That's why I was saying it was slow, is because, like, sub-area doesn't exist.
I mean, technically, in the mindset of joedun has World Peace Sand on his route, and he did need moons after beating Knuckle Attack because he just blitzed the rest of them. I guess we could argue that it was an okay play. I mean, given the situation, he literally didn't grab a single moon until the underground.
And joedun just went wooded first.
Wooded first, huh? Is there a particular reason to do wooded first on this board? I don't think so.
Do you think joedun is working on logic right now?
No. No, I don't, Troy. But I was just asking if there was any particular reason to do wooded first, because as we've mentioned before, joedun was really good at Darker Side, and you visit wooded first in that category for the painting chain.
That's true.
So potentially it's just muscle memory. He just did wooded first because that's what he knows. So, nut clip?
Certainly looked like he tried to do it. He didn't get it.
I'm gotta admire the attempt to do the clip. Alrighty. Anyways, back to Okra. He's almost done with wooded, actually.
Yep.
Almost done with wooded.
With the purchase.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think, given the circumstance of this board, I think Okra's playing it pretty well. It's not exactly the nicest board.
No.
Being forced to go to Seaside against your will.
Yeah. Entirely against your will.
It is entirely against your will. The game, Bingo Sync isn't giving you a choice. You're going to Seaside.
Okay, so what 3 lines is Okra doing here?
What 3 lines is Okra doing?
Yeah.
It's clear that he is doing, C1, C2, row 3. I said before that row 2 was potentially on the table, but then he did Sphinx questions, so definitely C2 over row 2.
Okay.
As for joedun, not a clue. Completely lost.
I mean, I don't think joedun knows what he's doing either.
Alright.
I honestly don't think he knows what his route is yet.
Well, like I said, I can't really blame the guy.
In some ways, he's playing this, now that I'm realizing, he's playing this like a lockout game.
What? Is he?
It kind of feels like, I just realized that, it seems like he might be playing like a lockout, because he just got like some of the earliest stuff first.
I doubt that's what's going through his mind right now. I think he just grabbed the early stuff because he knew that that was things that he could do, that he was comfortable doing. Also, World Peace Sand, again, going along the logic that he's just going off of what he knows from Darker Side. Picking Wooded first. I mean, in the current mental state that he's in, that's all he can really do. Just do what he's familiar with.
Right.
How many sub-areas does Okra have? Good question. I'm pretty sure he did... Well, he did the Zipper Room. He did Dino Room. He did Chasm Lifts. I'm almost certain he's done the Moai Room in Sand. And he did Pipeway, so 10. He only needs 16, and he does need to get a few extra moons in Metro, so that actually lines up perfectly. That means that he can, you know, get the extra 4 moons in Metro based off of the extra sub-area he needs. And we'll likely see a combination of old and new any % Metro.
Oh. And yeah, that's a death for Okra.
Ooh,
oh, no,
that's,
for it.
oh, I mean, he didn't die. He didn't die.
Yeah, he's gonna
But
be
he's
able to
not
land by
exactly
the
in a good
8th
spot.
section.
Look, here's the thing. He's not exactly in a good spot, though, because it's difficult to... oh, never mind. He grabbed the checkpoint. He's fine.
Yeah.
I forgot he grabbed the checkpoint already. If he didn't grab the checkpoint, though, that would have put him in an interesting situation.
Right.
Because, you know, then he would have risked being collected, climbing back up.
Right.
Or just taking a death and going back to the Odyssey. Both
Now
would have
essentially
been
he's
awkward
just
choices.
he's just at lost with an extra moon.
No, yeah. Which, again, is fine, because we know that he's going for total moons. It's potentially that he planned to grab a few extra moons and Lost to compensate for the 95 moons total. Lost has really fast moons, so I can almost guarantee that's what he's doing.
There. It also makes it interesting, like, why he didn't try to do anything like this in Lake Kingdom.
Probably because he didn't want to fight Ringo.
True.
Doing Lake Clip, though, that was definitely questionable. There was no reason to do Lake Clip on this board. Alright, and we see that he collected, and we see that he selected the 2 moons from T's, so we're definitely seeing TNT. He's not grabbing extra moons.
Yep.
He's doing TNT.
Nails it.
Absolutely nails it. Beautiful. Giving Glide on a seizure. Yeah. What more can we really say about Joedun's potential routes?
I'm not sure. I actually was not watching any of his Wooded Kingdom.
No, that's fine. It looks like he just got, like, a mix of the any % stuff, and he's currently having a little bit of trouble climbing up the kingdom. Just a little bit. Okra entering Night Metro. Honestly, Okra's on some pretty insane pace considering this board. We're looking at, like, a low 50.
Yeah.
Assuming he keeps up this pace. Joedun just cannot seem to get up there.
And this jump is somewhat tricky.
There we go. There it is. Opting to play it safe with the triple jump. But, yeah, Ochre's just blitzing Night Metro, as you pretty much do in Bingo. There's not really too much reason to stick around in Night Metro if you're not finishing there. But, yeah, he has enough moons to leave Wooded. So, it's questionable why he's still here. I guess he's doing World Peace now.
Yeah.
So, but he never got the outfit door in Sam. So it's not like he can do Burn 2. Unless if he revisits. Showing off that he really knows how to break those targets. That was really fast. So, Okra's fighting Mecha Wiggler. And as I said before, with the 24 moons in Metro, that kind of works out in his favor since he needs 6 moons from sub-areas left, based off of what I've kept track of. So,
Right.
He has to do an extra sub-area, and he's likely going to route in some musicians as well. So it'll be a mix of the old and new any percent.
Along with Captain Toad.
Yeah, Captain Toad as well. Well, I don't think he needs Captain Toad. He might actually do Captain Toad. I don't know. It's
Did I make flip rounds again? I thought you said he was doing.
He could technically go for the BLTR.
Is he doing? Is it road 2 or road 3? You said.
Row 3.
Okay.
He's pretty
Guess that
much
makes
shown
sense.
all signs for row 3. Though, you are technically right. BLTR is still on the table.
Oh, that's true.
Still doesn't change the fact that he needs to go to Seaside and get 6 ground pound moons.
I mean, if it was on the table, he would have been collecting far more regional coins than he has been.
Well, that's not entirely true. In Night Metro, you generally only collect, like, 6 or 8 total.
Just 1.
Alright, well.
Okra
It's not quite worth
did
it.
scooter clip and then is like, I'll just skip over that moon.
I mean, there's not really a reason to do scoop clip. I mean, it's fast if you get it, sure, but
Yeah.
not really a reason otherwise. And like I said, he needs to do the sub-areas anyway. So we're probably gonna see People Room, Bullet Building, and the third one's gonna be a toss-up between Dino Escape, Vaulting Up a High-Rise, and the Outfit Door. I guess we could potentially also see Under Siege if he knows how to do it. So, Seaside Perps are going to have a potential play in Okra's finishing time, but if he's getting 6 ground pound moons in Seaside, he's going to be all over the kingdom anyway, so that shouldn't be a problem. So because he has to traverse the vast majority of the kingdom in the first place, I highly doubt 40 regionals in Seaside is even going to be an issue. We're seeing bullet building exactly like he practiced it from earlier. It was like on repeat.
This is really such an interesting choice here, because despite you finding that synergy of 4, 5, and 6 ground pound moons, he's only going for 6.
Well, I never said it was ideal to do 4, 5, and 6, because keep in mind the positioning of squares also plays a very valid part in your decision-making in bingo.
True.
I think what he was thinking is, even though there's the 4, 5, 6 Graham moons and then 10 moons from Seaside, it's not exactly the best idea to even make a route around that, because he still would potentially need to do the 28 sand. Like, I don't know. I definitely feel like you could make a route out of that, but honestly, is it worth? I honestly haven't decided that. I actually really like the route Oker picked for this.
Yeah.
And he's showing it off really well. He hasn't made too many mistakes. Like I said, I think joedun's kind of realized that this is pretty much game.
I mean, he's just doing any percent. Well, not in late clip any percent.
Old any percent from you. Okra is just blitzing through this board. I'm actually surprised how fast this board ended up being, because first looking at it, I was like, this is gonna be difficult to sub 50. And I think I'm still right with that notion. He's just played incredibly well.
He managed to find the one route that worked pretty well.
Well,
there might be more than one, yeah.
Oh yeah, there are definitely multiple routes on this board that could have worked. It's just incredibly tricky, because you have to think about it this way. While there's insane seaside synergy on this board, you obviously can't do important route from that. So you have to pick and choose what's going to be best. And again, the positioning of other squares definitely plays a part, because even though 4 ground pound moons from Seaside is really easy, it's right next to 2 moons from Pintar. And 28 moons sand. Both pretty time-consuming goals. 28 sand due to obviously spending a lot of time in sand, and 2 moons from Hintart requiring 2 revisits. Granted, you could still make that work, because you're grabbing extra moons in Metro. 24 moons in Metro, meaning you could have went to Seaside, then back to Metro to finish. So, interestingly enough, it's not the worst possible option. And then obviously the other hint art would probably be Wake revisiting Cascade, which actually also works pretty well because, you know, you need extra moons from Cascade with the 12 and 14. So, honestly, like, 2 moons from Hintart isn't normally that good of a goal, but I can actually really justify it here.
Interesting choice to go for his final moon there. I would have actually gone to Captain Toad in the back.
Yeah, I don't know.
He might have been faster to go for that as your final moon here.
I think at this point, Ochre realizes that it doesn't really matter what he does.
But we're talking about optimal stuff there. At that point, yes, I think going over to the Captain Toad moon at the back would have probably been faster. I want to be right about one thing. Please say yes.
Sure. Well, okay, the reason why I'm saying sure is because honestly, I'm not sure. I feel like that's a toss-up. I mean, like, he didn't fall from the top, did he? When going to grab the drummer.
He was at the pool, the moon in the pool.
Oh.
Or above that pool.
Well, yeah, if he was already at the top, then yes, definitely Toad. I didn't see where he was when he went to go grab Drummer.
Oh yeah, he was at the top of the
Oh, hey, yeah,
building.
definitely. If he was at the top, he should have 100% went to Toad. So, Okra finally landing in Seaside. This is where it all comes to an end. He just has to get a 6 ground-pound moons and his 10 moons,
your Klepto?
his regionals. joedun kleptoing! Honestly, I'm not that surprised at this point, but still very unfortunate. Oh man.
So it looks like I can't tell if Okra's searching around for coins or if he does have an idea of where these are.
I'm sure he generally knows where I'm sure he generally knows where they are. I think maybe what he's thinking about right now is how does he combine his regional knowledge into collecting these ground pounds.
Certainly found a way for that first one.
Mm-hmm. joedun having to rescue Cappy. I honestly thought I had a follow-up to that, and I just don't. He just rescued Cappy. That's all.
He rescued Cappy, and then he picked back up where he left off in the last round.
Yeah.
That's what he did.
Yeah, sounds good.
And for some reason got the stone cage.
The stone cage. Not my first choice for moon routing. That's okay though. Cage triple? Not quite. Huh.
When this is all over, please tell joedun to get some sleep.
I don't think we need to tell him.
I don't know.
So yeah, as expected, Okra's just, working in the regionals with the ground pound routing.
And how many moons is he at right now, anyway?
Ground pound moons or total moons? Ground pound moons.
Total moons.
Oh, I mean, you can see that. 5. Ground pound moons, it looks like he prioritized on just going straight for the ground pound moons. So, with that in mind, yeah, he's completely prioritizing his seaside routing on just getting these ground pound moons out of the way. I feel like it would have been a little bit better if he, routed in some other moons while doing the ground pound moons.
Right.
Because he literally could have finished in this Wiggler bump room if he routed in the proper regionals and the proper other 4 moons.
It's just the fact that no one comes to Seaside very often in Bingo, so it might have just been he has no idea how to route it properly.
Yeah, that's 100% true. I think the way he played all the way up through Metro was incredibly good, because, like, looking at this board, I was like, this is going to be tough to sub 50. And while he's not quite going to get a sub 50,
yeah, he can't do it now.
If he knew how to route this last
Yeah,
one.
Absolutely. If he was able to route Seaside correctly, this would have been sub 50, given how
Yeah,
witty.
it would have been like a low 49. Very impressive showing from Okra, for sure. So, joedun's still in loss, but again, I don't really think it matters. Yeah, there really isn't too much more to say here. I really do feel like this match could have been a lot closer if joedun got the proper nutrition before the match. Maybe reviewed his game knowledge a little bit. So, like, it's a little unfortunate that it had to go down this way, honestly. Yeah, Okra was supposed to be green, but joedun never swapped his color. So Okra just swapped it to avoid confusion for himself, because obviously two people can't be the same color. So, yeah. That's it.
Yeah. That's the route. Okra finishing it out, getting
Okra got a very impressive time of 50-26. Again, this board wasn't exactly kind, so even a low 50 on this board, very impressive. Very cool. I guess let's see if Okra wants to come in for an interview. Not sure if joedun wants to finish or not.
I don't even know. I still don't know what he has.
Well, he has a few options that he can go for. He could go for, like, row 1, C3, C5. Which could potentially be what he's going for, because we do see him attempting to get 14 moons in a loss. But I don't even think he recalls where to even get more moons in loss. Because he's currently going for shards. Which, probably isn't the play. Yeah. I don't think Okra has the link to the voice call. Oh, never mind. He's in setup.
Yeah, I think it's because I had to hit some things.
Oh, okay,
So I
that's fine.
hit the button. And yes,
Well,
now.
whenever he's ready, he can hop in. He does know that he needs to be on the air, right? There we go. How's it going, Okra?
Hey, it's going alright. How are you guys?
Ah, pretty good. GG on
thank you.
well-fought match, I think.
This board was just something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Literally every line required Seaside.
Was it literally? I wasn't sure. It felt like it was every line. It was actually
Every line.
it was every line.
Good God. Okay.
I think considering the board, you picked a pretty good route, all things considered.
Yeah,
I
I
think you did really
honestly.
well up until Seaside.
Yeah, and that's the biggest. Like usually when it's to Seaside, it's like one goal, like 4 ground pound moons or some regionals, not both. Like I didn't. Like what?
No, like quite literally, you could have routed this board so radically around Seaside. Like, you literally could have made a route. Like,
I believe it.
around Seaside, because there was one goal for Seaside in every row and column.
That's crazy. I mean.
Yeah, I don't even know what the odds of that are happening. There was not a snow goal on this board.
But yeah, given that, you know, because usually when I have a seaside finish, it's like one goal, it's like to do one thing, it's one, you know, kind of loose end sort of, not like multiple. Like, I'm used to integrating multiple things like world peace and sand and something else, or like multitasking in other kingdoms. But Seaside, like I have no clue what to do. So this was a pure YOLO, and sure, you know what, whatever.
No, yeah, like I said, you pulled it off really well. Even though it might not have been the best round on the board, you performed it so well that it didn't really matter.
Well, thank you.
It looks like we're gonna have Joe join us as well, actually.
Oh, okay.
Joe taking the forfeit.
Hello?
How's it going, Joe?
Hey, Joe. Jordan.
This game sucks, dude.
Well, proper nutrition might have been a good idea.
Nah,
Oh,
that's not-
he ate some tendies right before the match.
Yeah, I ate food.
Alright, sure.
I just don't remember how to play. I was pressing what's the button? X to jump, because that's the jump button for us.
Oh my god.
Dude, I was literally completely losing my mind when you were just blitzing sand. You rolled straight to the pyramid. Did I be clipped?
You just did what?
I had to flex, but I still knew how to do it.
Dude, I was losing my mind. I was like, he's going to get world peace with like 8 moves.
Hell yeah. I was like, the only reason why I gotta show off, be like, yeah, Zoomers, I know how to play this game.
I know how to get out of the sand. Wait a second.
I was like, you need moons to get out of sand.
Listen, okay, with the color situation, I didn't know I was supposed to look at the stream and see what color I was. I didn't know I was supposed to do that.
I'm pretty sure they
No one
you
told
in
me.
the FaceTime chat, right? They're supposed to.
We were not informed in the race time chat, no.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's the thing they should be
Or
doing.
like anywhere in general, like even in the Discord chat, that also would have worked.
No, I only knew because I looked at the stream, so I was like, "Hey, Jordan!"
I was not looking at that shit. There's no way.
He was just fully into I am going to beat Knucklo-Tech in sand.
Hell yeah, I was. Hey, I was able to do it. I
Hey,
still got,
Hog, you did it.
I did it. I did IP clip. I did meme tree first try. Look, I think this counts as an absolute win. I don't know.
Yeah, honestly,
But I feel
considering
good.
your mental state, yeah, you did well.
My mental state's fine.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, how many
I-
hours?
Sure.
How many hours did you play Breath of the Wild after your break?
Today, like today alone,
Yeah.
I played for around what 11 hours today.
Okay, yeah.
That's
Oh,
actually not the longest I've played before.
I cannot
Oh, I'm
imagine
sure it was.
playing Breath of the Wild for 11
Wow.
hours and then playing SMO Bingo. What the heck?
I mean, wait, wasn't your TV? Wait, didn't you get a 20-hour? Did you have a break?
Yeah, I just got a sub 21.
Yeah.
Yeah, congrats.
Yeah,
That's
they
insane.
do time attack instead of RTA for Hundo because it's just too dang long.
Oh, so they pause the timer.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Did you think I was like going straight for 20
Yeah.
hours?
Actually, yes.
No.
I feel like that's a lot. I feel like that's what a lot of people think when they look at Breath of the Wild.
Oh, yeah, it's better clickbait. Hold on.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming by anyway, Jordan. I know you're tired, even though you say you're okay. That's tiring. Sure.
I'm about to go on a raid right now. I'm about to play some more video games.
Oh my god.
Okay, he's done. Yeah, you've done.
Please.
Well, he's done like 12 hours straight of video games.
Oh, we're gonna go to 14. The day's not over.
Please sleep for us.
All right, well, I'm gonna hop off now. It was fun. I have fun still.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
That's all that matters. You had fun.
Yeah.
For sure.
You definitely showed that you can still do World Peace Sand.
Hell
yeah.
man. Everyone better watch out. I'm still around, kinda.
He's coming back.
Never.
I mean, yeah, there's stage. He still has a shot.
Dude,
Yeah.
just remap the we can map controls and switch now. So just make it so that the X button is the jump, and you'll be fine.
Oh, that
I mean,
unlocks. That
I mean,
unlocks my
guys,
true
technically,
potential.
according to the stream layout, joedun won. He's purple.
Yeah,
true.
that's
That's
right.
true.
That's right.
Oh,
All
man.
right. Well, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, take it easy, man. GG's.
GG,
All right.
Oprah. Bye.
See ya.
Alright. Okay, I don't know, any other final thoughts, Okra? On the match, on your gameplay?
I don't want to go to Seaside, be forced to go to Seaside like this later on. Grr, RNG, grr. That's about it.
Alright, well,
Oh my god.
with that in mind, follow SpeedGaming, follow the runners. Joedun's insane at Breath of the Wild. Definitely follow him. Good god. Follow commentators. I don't know. Like, am I missing anything, Troy?
I mean, obviously joedun didn't do this, but don't stay up for 20 hours.
No, I mean,
Don't do
honestly,
that.
just hopping into an SMO bingo match right after
After 11 hours.
after
that's
being in
still
Breath of the Wild
crazy.
100%, maybe not the best life decision.
All right.
Huh. Okay.
This certainly turned into an interesting match.
For sure.
I think we learned a lot about how nutrition and mindset can affect gameplay.
All right.
All right.
Thank you everyone for watching.
Thanks, everyone.
GG's.
GG Sokra.